Afternoon, guys. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School. Listen, I'm out here on the corner of my property. I just parked my side-by-side, and I'm going to go on a hunt. But as I go on this hunt today, we are expecting a little bit of rain. So I want to make sure I've got some rain gear with me. Now, it's a perfect opportunity for me to test a new piece of gear that I'm working with Tent Smiths in developing that's going to be exclusive to the Self-Reliance Outfitters website and the Pathfinder brand. And it's going to be a hooded watch coat. Now, Tent Smiths has made a watch coat for years. I'm sure you've seen me wear that watch coat in videos past because it's based on an 18th century style pattern. What we wanted to do is we wanted to update that pattern to include a hood so that you basically had a hooded rain jacket that you could put on over the top of anything else that you happen to be wearing because it's a little bit oversized and it's also long so it keeps the bottom of your pants dry as well. Very much like a Western duster in a thinner material. And the key to this whole thing for me is being able to make this thing small enough to be able to carry it multiple ways and also be useful enough that I can basically hunker down by a tree and run this thing around my head and shoulders and wrap it around my legs and wait out a storm if I need to. And I think this piece of gear is perfect for that. The watch coat was perfect for all these years for things like that, other than the fact it never had a hood. Well, now I've talked these guys into putting a hood on. Stefan's going to put a hood on it for me, and I think it's great. I've got the prototype with me, and I want to show you a couple different options for carrying that. It rolls up about the size of a water bottle, so you could easily carry this thing in a backpack if you wanted to, or you could carry it in a butt pack if you wanted to. But I also have a couple other ways of carrying it that are a little bit more traditional I want to talk to you about and show you today. And then I'm going to show you how this watch coat works and what it looks like, and we'll talk about it more. Stay with me, guys. Okay, like I said, I like to not be too encumbered when I'm hunting. I do carry a backpack sometimes and also a pack basket, but I tend to leave those things at a base area and then walk away from that and come back. So I like to have some things on me that are going to cover me in case of an emergency. And one of those things is some type of an outerwear element that's going to protect me from rain. Now, today, all I've done in this case is underneath this oilskin vest, I have a shemagh wrapped around my waist with that watch coat inside of it. And I've got this oilcloth just pulled over the top of that from this vest. Now, videos past, I did a set of videos a while back on tips and tricks and things like that, probably 2-3 years ago. But one of them is the woodsman's kerchief, a shamandana, a large shemagh. All of those things would fit into that kerchief realm, where it's just a large piece of fabric that you can use multifunctionally. One of the things that you can do with that is use it for a butt pack style system, which is what I've done today. And I've just got it tied in the front here in a square knot, so I'll just untie that real quick. And you can see what I've done is I've just rolled this thing up into this shemagh. And so when we take this thing out of here, we can then use the shemagh to wrap around our waist because it's an open front system. It doesn't have a belt. It doesn't have any buckles. It doesn't have any snaps. It doesn't have any toggles. It's just a piece of fabric that's sewn into a rain jacket with no bulk. It's very, very simplistic, but it's very, very effective. So let's take this and throw this shemagh aside for a second. And let's open this dude up, and you can see the size of this. And when we open this up, you can see that it has a large hood, which is what I really like. And we'll just take and put this bad boy on over the top of everything we're wearing now. Kind of yank my sleeves up inside there. Okay, so you can see that this thing is plenty oversized to go over everything that I'm wearing. I've got a couple layers of jackets on here with a puffy jacket and a vest. And this thing wraps solid all the way around that. And the hood is plenty big enough to even to go over a large bulky hat like the one I'm wearing. And then I can take this and tuck it all the way up just like this, bring it across, tie that shemagh around my waist, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So let's go ahead and grab that shemagh real quick. I'll just wrap that thing around our waist here. Tuck everything to the inside, just like this. And again, all you need to do is tie that thing into some kind of a square knot configuration is fine. and you're ready to go. If you wanted to, you could put your knife on the outside by putting it right on that thing. And you have now rain gear that you can hunt in, or you can hunker down beside a tree or whatever you need to do. And you can see this thing's plenty long. It comes down below my knees, which is exactly what I want. And it gives me good protection from the rain. And with that hood, I have the flexibility of having the hood if I need it, or dropping it down if I don't. And because there's no buttons or snaps on this, it's easy to open up for ventilation. If I start to get overheated and I want to release some core heat, that's easy enough to do in this configuration this jacket is made in. So this Watchcoat is going to be the perfect addition to my kit. Now I'm going to also show you one more way to carry this, because a lot of times if I'm working on the trap line, and even sometimes when I'm hunting in the woods, I wear a belt on the outside of everything else. It's got my 22 caliber revolver on it. It's got a pouch on it for some shotgun shells, and it's got a knife. And that belt works perfect for this as well. And all I need to do is tie this to the back of the belt, and I'm ready to go. And I always have it with me right in the back when I'm hunting in the woods. Now, the other way this works really well is just if I attach it straight to the belt that I'm wearing, that's got my shotgun shells, my knife, and my sidearm, and attach it straight to that belt with 2 leather thongs. Then it's attached to that belt all the time. Whenever I put that belt on, it's ready to go with me in the woods, and I've got it with me no matter what, whether it rains or not. So the beauty of this piece of gear is it's fairly small to carry. It's easy to carry in multiple ways. I can put that thing in a backpack. I can strap it to a belt that I'm wearing over top of everything else, or I can wrap it up in a shamandan or a shamag, wrap that around my waist and carry it that way. It's really small enough you could almost put it in a cargo pocket if you were wearing cargo pocket type pants. But it's multifunctional in the fact that I can use that thing on the ground as a sit pad if I want to, as a moisture barrier in the wintertime, things like that if I'm sitting and doing a still hunt. Or I can wear the thing if it gets cold to cut wind. If it gets windy outside, I can wear that as an extra wind breaking layer. Or I can put that thing on and hunker down if I need to through some kind of a rain or a storm. So it's a very, very versatile piece of kit that doesn't take up a lot of room, and it's very traditional in nature. Guys, listen, I appreciate your views today, and I appreciate you joining for this video. Just a quick introduction to the Pathfinder version of the Tentsmiths Watchcoat. Again, this will only be available from Self-Reliance Outfitters. It'll be drop shipped through Tentsmiths like the tarps are now. However, it probably won't be available for at least another week, and I'm not sure what the finalized price of it's going to be. I want to say it's going to be somewhere around $35 more than the non-hooded Watchcoat is now, because the hood is added. That's just a guess. I think that's what Stefan told me in the beginning. Anyway, I appreciate your views and I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything that you do for our school, for our family, and for our business, all our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. And I'll be back with another video, guys, as soon as I can. Thanks.